But John played also with Skin, the British singer who had a band called Skin. And he also worked with The Clash. The Clash,
Yeah.
not with The Clash, but after that they had I can't remember the name of it. It was some Bandoleros or something. I can't remember it now. But we'll stick the name on the screen so you know what it is. I didn't write it down. Okay, we're touring musicians that used to be like from the States and touring England, often used to come and play. It had such a good reputation. They knew they were going to get a classy backing band when they came.
Yeah.
So Eugene Hideaway Bridges, a blues man, turned up one day. He didn't have a guitar with him, and I lent him my 335, and I don't think it ever sounded quite like it did when he played it. It really was a sweet session. Now, we had some good singers. Dottie Green was a lovely lady and a great singer with a lot of time for everybody. And sadly, she passed away. And the only photo I have of her is the one after she died. She obviously was alive at the time of the photograph, but that's the only one I have. I was never a big photographer, and mostly I was on the stage, so it was difficult to take the photos then. But she was great. Used to sing a lot of Tina Turner stuff. She was a Tina Turner tribute act.
Right.
And she used to go a lot to the Slovakia and Croatia and around that area. Yeah, she had an agent with connections there. A lot of the tribute bands used to go, and she used to go and do that tour with them. But she was a great, great singer. Robin Bibby, he had a Steely Dan band for a while. So if you're playing Steely Dan stuff, you can tell he was a reasonable guitar player and a great singer too. And I also used to go to Hamwall for a jam that he ran there. So that's Robin. Jules Fothergill was a young guitar player. Well, younger than me, so. Very accomplished. And I always wanted to have a band with him where I could just calm him down a bit. He played some lovely slow stuff, but he couldn't resist it and would let go with the fingers. And his mum was a lovely lady. She'd always come to the jam with him. I've got a photo of her, so you'll see her. We had a harmonica player called Lee Sankey. He just won the British Blues Harmonica Player of the Year award. But he also had a job to stop playing. And we used to try and avoid playing with him if I could. We were always a bit cruel to him if I was playing with him. We changed key halfway through the song, so he wouldn't have the right harmonica, so we could get a bit of breathing space. I'm sure you won't mind me saying that, Lee, if you're watching. Andy Cortez. If you go to Anderton's TV, you can see an interview with Andy, with the captain there. And also there's a Matt Schofield video, him being interviewed at Anderton's. So you can catch up with their stories on that channel. But Andy, I played the first song with him that he played at the Red Lion, and I think he was 13 years old.
Really?
And it's always difficult when you're that good, that young, you know.
Yeah.
If you're already good, you can't improve that much. But he was a great player, always very, he was never very, didn't show off that he was, you know, probably the best musician in his school and the best musician and his dad used to bring him to the jam because he wasn't legally allowed in, but it was a bit relaxed like that. I'm interrupting this video to ask you to subscribe if you haven't already. If you are watching this series, then you probably have a friend or friends that would also find these videos interesting. So I'm asking you to share the videos with them. It won't cost you anything except a minute of your time, and it would really help to grow the channel and ensure that it continues. Thank you. And now back to the episode. Now, another lady who came and sang once, was on tour in England, and the band she was using to back her in England had a drummer called Sam Kelly. Sam Kelly's I met at the Red Lion Jam, and he's been a friend ever since. Last time I saw him, he was at a festival in England called Blues at the Farm, and I took my friend from Portugal, João McDonald, to England, and he's a journalist, and he made an interview with Sam Kelly at that gig. Excuse me a minute. But the lady he brought with him this day was a young lady called Chaka Khan. What? So she came and had a sing at the Red Lion Jam too.
Sweet.
I met my long-standing friend Norrie Burnett there. Norrie Snakebite Burnett.
Right.
One of the best blues shouters I've ever heard. He didn't need the PA or anything. He could belt it out.
Yeah.
Now, Norrie played with me and John Blackburn and Rob Ayers, who was the drummer at the jam. We had a band. I asked Laurie tonight I've sent him a message on WhatsApp, but he hasn't got back to me. But I think the band was called the Staines Delta Blues Band. And we used to play in a pub. I think the name of the pub was the Windsor Castle, and it was right opposite Windsor Castle, just on the bit where Queen Victoria's statue is. And we played that. It wasn't quite a residency, but we used to play it quite a lot on a Saturday night. And Norrie's a great singer. Also, I bought a Fender. This is a strange connection. I bought a Fender Twin from Norrie. I think it was early 70s one. And when I came to Portugal, I bought it. I arrived in September. And in November, John Blackburn gave me a call and said, I'm in Lisbon. I was living in Lisbon at the time. And he said, I'm in Lisbon with Skin. We're going to play the MTV Awards, European Awards in Lisbon. It was at the Expo. And he said to me, you still got that Fender Twin? And I said, yeah. He said, do you want to sell it? Mm-hmm. And I'd just come with hardly any money to Portugal, so I thought, well, I can always buy another Twin when I'm rich. I still haven't got one yet. But I said, yeah, I've still got it. And he said, well, Skin might be interested. He gave me an address of where they were rehearsing. And I took it down there with my friend George the next day. And I did the deal with Skin.
Yeah.
And it was so from Norrie and John playing with Norrie at Windsor and me buying the amp from Norrie and then meeting John in Lisbon and selling the amp to Skin was the way things move round in a circle. It was a bit funny. Okay, the house band at the Red Lion at that time was Rob Ayers on drums, Keith Tice on guitar, Pete Welland on harmonica and vocals, and Jeff Walker on bass. Jeff and Rob also played in my Dogman Do orchestra. Jeff wasn't the permanent bass player, that was little John. But when John couldn't do it, Jeff often used to bring the upright bass and play upright bass for us when we were playing at the Minnow in Weybridge. More of that to come. I'm just going to not go too crazy here, but another friend of Sam Kelly's was a bass player called Spy Austin. He was a scary guy. He was only little, but he used to turn up in this big black leather coat to the floor, and he played the most wicked funk bass. When those two got on the stage, well, you had to be quite a man if you wanted to get up there with them, but we used to occasionally. But Robin Bibby often play with them up there. And just to finish off this section, I want to mention Rowena Poole, who was quite a shy little vocalist when I first met her. And Dottie Green took her under her wing and encouraged her. And the two of them would be singing harmony on stage and doing stuff together. And she now is the lead singer in Sam Kelly's band Station House. So that connection has also remained.